Obama, so he's on this trip out to California. He was in San Francisco and he was in Beverly Hills. There was some fundraising going on. And he was looking to, and interestingly, we'll get to that in a moment with the fundraising, because in Beverly Hills, where he has a lot of Jewish donors, many of whom are upset about the deal that Secretary of State John Kerry made with the Iranians. So we'll get to that story in a moment. But first, Obama encountered a heckler in San Francisco. And interestingly, where you don't see a lot, the heckler was behind him. The heckler was coming from inside the house. And so as the president was speaking in San Francisco yesterday, the heckler stood up, spoke, and said his piece about immigration. And it was an interesting exchange between president and heckler.
And most importantly, we will live up. Most importantly, we will live up. Most importantly, we will live up to our character as a nation. That's exactly what we're talking about. Yeah.
Every single day.
That's why we're here.
President, please use your executive order to halt deportation for all 11.5 undocumented immigrants in this country right now. We agree that we need to pass comprehensive immigration reform. At the same time, you have a power to stop deportation for all undocumented
Actually, I don't. And that's why we're here.
It's a tough moment for Obama there. You have the power. Actually, I don't. I don't have nearly as much power as I thought. The Republicans, turns out, have all the power. Or at least I imagine they do. So I don't remember a heckler ever being behind like that. Like in the camera shot, how hot did it look in there? Like everybody looked super sweaty. And then this, like, you want to get out, the president's talking, you're like, it's exciting, the president's here, this will be fun. Jesus, it's like 97 degrees, and now this jagoff is freaking talking. But nonetheless, it was an important point that jagoff was making. The president responded this way.
Okay, let me finish. Let me. How about these guys don't need to go. Let me finish. I respect the passion of these young people because they feel deeply about the concerns for their families. Now, what you need to know when I'm speaking as President of the United States, and I come to this community, is that if, in fact, I could solve all these problems without passing laws in Congress, then I would do so. But we're also a nation of laws. That's part of our tradition. And so the easy way out is to try to yell and pretend like I can do something by violating our laws. And what I'm proposing is the harder path, which is to use our democratic processes to achieve the same goal that you want to achieve, but it won't be as easy as just shouting. It requires us lobbying and getting it done. So,
it's weird that they moved the teleprompter back behind the crowd there so that when he turned around, he'd have a prompter. Yeah. You know, I think that was a very nice response of the president to clearly a well-meaning guy. I tried to get a chant going. Always really awkward when you try to start a chant by yourself and nobody joins in. That's a tough room. It's a tough room to start a chant to cut the president off. You know, I like how the president said, you know, we're a nation of laws and we can't just do things on our own unless it's unless it's warrantlessly spy on Americans and sort of take in all the data of everyone they've called and every email they have and everything they've done on the internet and what they're looking at. Then it's okay.